Hey beautiful people, welcome back to All Things Girly with Rhea. Today we're diving into a topic that so many of us can relate to, weight gain, and the effect it has on our self-esteem and our confidence, and eventually how we see ourselves. It's one of those things that feels personal, sometimes painful, but it's also something we can talk about, learn from, and eventually embrace with kindness. Weight gain is a natural part of life for so many women, whether it happens because of changes in lifestyle, stress, medical conditions, pregnancy, or simply as we grow older. Yet it's something we often struggle to accept because society constantly pushes a certain image of beauty. But here's a reminder that might feel revolutionary. Weight gain doesn't change your worth. It doesn't define who you are, and it doesn't take away from the beauty, strength, and value you bring to this world. Today we're going to talk about the emotional impact of weight gain, why we tend to judge ourselves so harshly, and most importantly, how we can move forward with self-acceptance and a loving attitude toward our bodies. I'm going to share some tips and practical advice on how to reconnect with yourself, embrace your body as it is, and find confidence from within. So if you're struggling with this or just want to learn more about self-love, stay tuned. Let's get into it, ladies. We can't talk about weight gain without addressing the feelings that come with it. Let's be real, gaining weight can bring up a lot of emotions, from frustration and guilt to sadness and even anger. So many of us tie our self-worth to our appearance because society has conditioned us to believe that a woman's value is somehow linked to how she looks. But weight gain doesn't take away from who you are. It certainly doesn't change everything else that makes you amazing. You still are the same intelligent, kind, creative, and strong woman you were before. It's so important to understand that weight gain doesn't diminish your worth. The number on the scale is just that, a number. It doesn't reflect your heart, your kindness, or the impact you make on others. Think about the people you love. Does their size or weight define them? Absolutely not. You love them for who they are, and they love you for who you are. So let's start shifting that perspective toward ourselves. Let's see ourselves with the same compassion and acceptance that we give others. As women, we face so much pressure from society to look a certain way. We constantly are bombarded with images that tell us beauty means being thin, toned, flawless. Whether it's social media, movies, or even advertisements, we're shown an ideal that often feels impossible to reach. This constant exposure creates unrealistic expectations, making us believe that we need to look a certain way to be considered beautiful or valuable. But here's the thing, beauty standards are always changing, and they often are rooted in what's trendy rather than what's real. A few decades ago, curvy bodies were celebrated, then it shifted to ultra thin. And now we're seeing a mix of slim, thick, or other impossible to achieve shapes. None of this is a true representation of beauty, because true beauty isn't a trend. It's about who you are, your energy, and the light you bring to the world. When we gain weight, it's easy to feel like we're somehow failing because we don't fit into these made-up standards. That's when self-judgment creeps in, and we start picking ourselves apart instead of celebrating everything that makes us unique. But the reality is, there is no one-size-fits-all definition of beauty. Every shape, every size, and every body is beautiful because it's a part of who we are. Our worth isn't tied to a dress size or a number on a scale. It's rooted in our hearts, our actions, and the love we share with others. Now that we've talked about the emotional side of things, let's shift to some practical steps that can help us accept, embrace, and love our bodies exactly as they are. Remember, these tips aren't about trying to change ourselves to fit someone else's ideal. They're about connecting with ourselves, treating our bodies with kindness, and finding peace from within. The first step is accepting any change in our bodies. It's practicing self-compassion. We can be so harsh on ourselves, saying things we would never say to someone else. If a friend came to you feeling insecure about her body, you wouldn't tell her to feel ashamed or to fix herself, right? You tell her she's beautiful just as she is, and that her worth isn't defined by her body. So why not offer the same kindness to yourself? Start by changing the way you talk to yourself. Replace negative self-talk with gentle affirmations. Instead of saying, "I don't like how I look," try saying, I am learning to accept myself as I am. It's okay if it doesn't feel natural at first. Self-compassion is a habit, and habits take time to build. Remember, this isn't about ignoring how you feel. It's about choosing kindness and giving yourself the space to feel good about who you are. Your body is such an amazing machine. It lets you experience the world, dance, run, laugh, hug, and so much more. Instead of focusing on what your body looks like, start focusing on what it can do. Think about everything your body has done for you. Maybe it's carried you through a tough workout, healed from an illness, or given life to another person. Your body is so much more than an ornament. It's a powerhouse that deserves respect. When we start to see our bodies for what they do, rather than just how they look, we begin to feel a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation. Embrace the strength, resilience, and the power of your body. Social media can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it connects us, but on the other hand, it can create a lot of self-doubt, especially when it comes to body image. If you're finding that social media is making you feel less confident, it's okay to take a break. Unfollow accounts that don't make you feel good, and instead follow pages that celebrate real, unfiltered beauty in all shapes and sizes. Create a feed that uplifts you, where you see diversity, realness, and authenticity. Surround yourself with positive influencers that remind you of beauty in everybody. By controlling the content you consume, you're creating an environment that enforces self-love and acceptance instead of comparisons and judgment. Let's talk about movement, not as a punishment or a way to fix ourselves, but as we connect with our bodies and feel good. Exercise can be such a positive experience when we do it for the right reasons. Instead of focusing on calorie burn, try finding activities that bring you genuine joy. Maybe it's dancing, swimming, yoga, hiking, or even just a simple walk in nature. Moving your body in a way that feels good is a celebration of what your body can do. It builds a connection with yourself, and it's one of the most natural ways to boost confidence. Remember, this is about finding joy and gratitude, not about achieving a certain look. When you engage in movement that brings you happiness, you start to see exercise as a form of self-care and love. Fashion should be fun, not stressful. After gaining weight, it's common to put pressure on ourselves to fit back into our old clothing. But here's the thing, clothes are meant to fit you, not the other way around. If your old wardrobe doesn't make you feel good, there's no shame in finding new pieces that do. Treat yourself to clothes that make you feel confident and comfortable. When you wear something that feels good, it shows. You carry yourself differently, you radiate confidence, and you embrace your body as it is. So let's let go of the ideal that we need to fit into certain sizes or certain clothes to feel beautiful. Find pieces that make you feel fabulous right now. Who you surround yourself with can have a huge impact on how you feel about yourself. Seek out friends, family members, or communities who love you unconditionally and who remind you of your worth beyond physical appearance. Having people in your life who celebrate you for who you are, not how you look, can be incredibly empowering. If you're feeling down, reach out to those who genuinely care. Sometimes we just need a reminder of our own beauty from people who see us clearly. Remember, you deserve to be around people who lift you up, who accept you, and who celebrate the real you. Let's talk about food, because weight gain can sometimes create a complicated relationship with eating. Instead of seeing food as something to control, let's start viewing it as a nourishment and enjoyment. Food is what fuels us, brings people together, and lets us enjoy life. Focus on nourishing your body, not restricting it. Enjoy food without guilt, and don't view meals as something to be earned. When you shift your mindset to one of balance and respect, you're allowing yourself to live fully and to honor your body without shame or fear. Weight gain is just one chapter in the journey of self-acceptance. It's okay if it feels challenging or uncomfortable. The important thing is to remember that you're not alone and that you're worthy of love at every stage. Embracing yourself as you are is a radical, beautiful act, especially in a world that constantly tells us we need to change. In the end, your beauty comes from within. It's your kindness, your smile, your energy, and the way you show up for yourself and others. So let's make a commitment to treat ourselves with love, respect, and appreciation we deserve, because you, just as you are right now, are more than enough. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of All Things Girly with Rhea. If this message resonated with you, remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Let's keep this conversation going, lifting each other up and celebrating the beauty in every single one of us. Until next time, stay kind, stay beautiful, stay you. Bye for now.